have you a microphone there, don't we, Papa?
You want to hear my voice?
Yeah, the radio listeners might want to hear you, Papa. Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show, everyone. And I need to take this off, too. I didn't realize it was on there. Now they can hear both of us, Papa.
Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show.
Exactly. Well, welcome to the Albert and Billy Show, folks, here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV and BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to check out the BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Get on there and subscribe. We are getting closer to 1,000, closer and closer and closer. Ethan, I looked at that today. I think we've done pretty dang good considering it's not been that long of a time since we've been pushing that. So when you take that in consideration, it's
Sounds
gained
good
every
to me.
bit of 500 subscribers. So I think that's pretty dang good.
That's more than my relatives. Got to be somebody else.
Well, how you doing today, Papa?
Pretty good.
You fired a Midland.
Well, you don't know what that means, but I have used that terminology quite often.
Oh, I know. You're the first person that I heard it from.
Did you
I'll
know-
never forget. You told me when I was a kid, and I was
Well,
like, what?
it's old folks terminology, but really what it means, it's a grade of cotton.
Oh,
It's a grade
I
of
definitely
cotton.
wouldn't have known that.
Fair to middling.
Really?
Yeah. But now, see, old people knew whenever an older person would say that,
Yeah.
in reality, they knew what they were saying, and the people they spoke to knew what they were saying also.
Right. You said somebody today, and they.
But now, today, Joel Stanford's the first one to call my hand. He wanted to know what that meant.
Well, I know I dang sure didn't know, but I was a kid. It was the first time I'd ever heard it in my life. I've never forgot that, though. I've never forgot that all these years later, Papa.
I'm about to quit using now.
You don't say it as much, no.
There's a lot of things I don't say anymore.
Well, it's a pretty day outside today, folks.
82 degrees when I left home.
Yeah, I know that's warm still, trust me. But that's a lot better than 92, and that was just like yesterday.
10 degrees better.
Exactly. The mornings are feeling good, though, and the late evenings are starting to feel good.
I mowed last night till I couldn't see anymore.
Oh, I'm so proud of you for not doing it in the heat of the day.
Well, I was
That's
afraid.
a lecture that's been going on for 20 years, folks.
I got worried. I was afraid they'd come and let the air out of my tires.
You're right, Papa. Well, Papa, we'll start off the show with some happy birthday wishes for some fine folks. All right.
Do you know that's the #1 song?
What? Happy birthday?
Happy Birthday to You is the #1 song.
Well, I can definitely see that. I don't know anybody that don't know that one. If they do, they've lived in a cave their whole life. If they don't, I mean, they've been living in a cave.
Second is For He's a Jolly Good Fellow.
Yeah.
Third is Old Lang Syne.
Well, I was with you on the first two.
Old Lang Syne?
Old Lang Syne.
Old A-U-L-D,
Mm-hmm.
Lang L-N-G, Syne, S-Y-N-E, Old Lang Syne.
That's not a. That must. Have you ever heard?
Nah. Now you can Google that.
He might. You need to Google that, Ethan, because
You don't believe me.
it must not be as popular as
I
other
could tell
two.
Ethan didn't believe me either. He had a smirk on his face.
Believe you.
Oh, I believe you. I just never heard of it. And I just wonder if it's, the other two, yes, very popular. But you stumped me on the third one. But we will wish a happy.
Started off with trivia today.
I know it. Last week
I'm sorry.
last week was pretty much Albertology the whole way through. It sneaks some in. Words of wisdom. We learned a lot last week, actually. I always manage to learn something on this show. We got a letter today from.
I got it.
Okay, I'm glad
you'd already read it.
I did.
I want to read that. I want to draw those pictures of Snoopy.
Okay, good. Good.
Do you want to read it though?
Yeah, sure. I'll read. Is it the one from Paul's and Claude? Yeah. They were very.
What did I do with it?
Thankful for that. Whoa.
Almost had a fender bender here. You know, about
Wow.
20 feet further up the road from where she hit her brakes right then, I saw a woman get killed here in Pikeville, Tennessee.
Oh my God! Really?
So a car just going like that one did right there hit a woman walking across the road toward the courthouse.
Whoa.
Killed her dead, buddy.
God, you've never told me that story, and that's something that's very jarring. I hope I never see anything like
Ida
that.
Clifton was her name.
Gosh, that's terrible.
It was, and don't you know that it bothered the woman that hit her?
Oh yeah, I know. I can't imagine. Well, yeah. Here's the letter. We had the ladies from Paul's and Claus on a couple of weeks ago. You can watch that episode on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. As I always say, you can watch all the episodes of the Albert and Billy Show on the YouTube channel and all the BTC Fiber original shows on there. And this one was a good one. It was an important one because that is an epidemic. We have way too many strays. So I'm glad they got that message out. That's a message that needs to get out.
If they need a groundhog, I've got a groundhog.
I know.
They can have. He's fat. He's a fat little codger. Well, it's a mama. Roy Lee told me he had seen the babies. I haven't seen the
Oh,
babies.
crap.
That's the truth.
Anybody want a groundhog? Call Papa. But they sent us a letter today. It says, Albert and Billy, on behalf of Paul's and Claus, Amy and I would like to thank you for allowing us time to speak about Paul's and Claus and Crittery, which that's, I think, Amy's organization too, along with that. We both enjoyed meeting you both. You made us feel very comfortable and welcome. Well, thank you. It says, thank you for your donation to Paul's and Claus, of your time, Paul's and Claus Animal Shelter. And it says, once again, thank you. Paul's and Claus and Crittery. So remember, it's new people, and he's going to draw the Snoopy right here. So you'll have to keep us updated. When you finish it, we'll show it.
All right.
But can't emphasize enough that Paul's and Claus, we said it on that episode, it's new people running it with a totally different agenda, and I like that. It's something that needed to happen for a while now.
It sounded like they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they've got the right idea. Well, we want to wish a happy birthday to some fine folks that had birthdays this week. Walter Crabtree, his birthday was on September the 7th, so happy belated birthday, Walter. Happy belated birthday to WUAT's Dan Young. His was the 8th.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And today, as we're filming this episode and speaking live here on the radio, we have birthdays for Tanya Robertson, Wanda Redwine, and Catherine Allison England.
All four of those are probably 35.
Yeah, well, they'll love you for that.
They'll love me.
So today, happy birthday, Tanya, Wanda, and Catherine. Hope all you ladies are having a great birthday today. That's from all of us here with the Albert and Billy Show, isn't it, Papa? We hope you have a great birthday. We were looking for this announcement, and if it had been a snake, it would have bit us. This is tomorrow, folks. It's the big country breakfast at the Veterans Hall. Let's see. Members of the American Legion Post 66 and VFW Post 5033 are serving a big country breakfast tomorrow from 7:30 to 10 a.m. It'll be at the Veterans Hall, of course. You can come enjoy biscuits and gravy, ham, sausage, bacon, scrambled eggs, more than likely, hash browns, tomatoes. To drink, you can get yourself a cup of coffee, a glass of milk, or a glass of orange juice for a donation going towards operation and maintenance of the hall. And this breakfast is sponsored by,
Avian.
Avian. Okay, that's a silent G. So it's sponsored by Avian. So go get you some good food tomorrow, folks. That is at the Veterans Hall, their big country breakfast.
Now you said you had looked for that.
Yeah, it was a snake that bit us.
No, now listen to what you said.
Oh,
if it had been a snake, it would have bit us. No, if it had bit you, it would have been a snake. Think about it like that.
True. Oh, man. Now, Ethan, when I go to talk about this fall festival, do we have any more, anything else to add to it? Seems like there's something added to it every week.
There'll be no petting zoo due to COVID.
Okay, no petting zoo this year due to COVID. Okay.
Get a petting
All right.
We're afraid the animals might get COVID.
Yeah, I don't really. Well, maybe it'll be back next year.
Get petting zoos and this and that. So.
Well, we can bring it back next year. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the fall festival. It's a little bit of everything here. So, first off, it really kicks off, Ethan, on Friday, October 1st, correct? With the golf tournament. And that begins at 8 o'clock a.m. And it's out at Fall Creek Falls, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's all. I mean, I had more on the golf tournament, but maybe I'll find that here in a minute. But that's what officially kicks off the Fall Festival, folks. Is the golf tournament out at Fall Creek Falls. It's Friday, October 1st, and it starts at 8 a.m.
Cash prizes this year.
Cash prizes.
And good door prizes.
And good door prizes. That'll motivate some people.
The entry fees then also is a fundraiser for lots of other chamber events and fall festivals to come and this and that. So
that's
good.
If
you don't win your entry fee back, the money that you lost golfing went to a good cause.
Okay, that's good then.
That sounds worthy.
It is worthy. It is worthy. It goes for a good cause. So this is an important golf tournament, folks. Then Saturday is the big day. Saturday, October 2nd. It's hard to believe that really it's almost here. It's not that much longer.
No.
Saturday, October 2nd, events will include the farmers market. I'm assuming they're going to be open all day. Okay. Does that say how do you say that? Geocaching.
Geocaching, but that's not
geocaching.
That's all the time. That's not anything they would just fall festival.
I didn't think so. It's on there though. I don't know. So, but anyway, the kids' corner. They'll offer loads of free games, fun activities like a mechanical bull. Well, that'll be fun. Inflatable slide. That'll be fun. They had that at the last one. Goldfish, ball in the basket, football, and a basketball toss a game. Pumpkin painting, that'll do well. Face painting, that'll do really well.
Right.
A puppet show. Joyce Carroll, I'm assuming. Yeah. Who is a ventriloquist, right? Yeah. So Joyce Carroll and the puppet show will be at this festival as well, folks. Kids Corral featuring. Well, no, the petting zoo's not here, so I won't say that part. Now, is there still bicycle and backpack giveaways? Okay.
Wow.
Town train rides. That's cool. I like that. So you can take a train ride through town.
For the kids.
For the kids. They'll like that. Also, let's see, more Tennessee Highway Patrol safety zone demonstrations. There'll be an antique tractor show. Wow. And the Glow Run. That's cool that it's added to this, because that's a big event. That's the Glow Run, folks, is an event that honestly could be held on its own. So the fact that it's with this, that's huge.
I saw a shirt the other day from the last time.
Yeah.
Glow Run T-shirt.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and I'm assuming they'll have some this year too, and it's really, really cool to see the Glow Run. You don't have to participate in it. I mean, if you're at the festival and you look around when they have it, it glows. That's for sure. It's a good word for it, because it sure does glow. But it's really cool looking, folks. If you've not seen it, you'll really enjoy that. That's going to be at sunset, just before the fireworks, which I'm told the fireworks are going to be off the chain this year, that they're going to be really, really, really good. Is that true? Yeah.
Well, aren't you glad that COVID doesn't stop fireworks?
Yeah, that's right. And it shouldn't. It shouldn't. Not going to let it. And that's also, it's going to be the best firework show maybe we've ever had. So that alone is worth coming to as well. There's a lot of things going on with this festival. That's why I think it's going to be a very successful fall festival for sure.
Successful fall festival.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even realize that.
It's a mouthful.
It is, isn't it? The entertainment. Well, we had our guest last week is one of the entertainers, Mr. Timothy Hahn. He'll be performing. Also, Bluetastic Fangrass. I just love that name. Bluetastic Fangrass. And we're going to have to take that. Bluetastic Fangrass, they take the stage at 2 p.m. Bluegrass means, this is bluegrass meets anything. I think you're just going to have to pick that up and click, I guess. And then take it off. Anyway, now I've lost my train of thought here. Let's see. Oh, Bluetastic Fangrass. I was saying how much I like that name. It's bluegrass meets anything that slides, grooves, rocks, or swings. I like that. Instrumental prowess and vocal style showcase. Find original material based in bluegrass, western swing, and swampy blues. I have a feeling this is going to be a good band. Soulfish. That's another cool name. Soulfish.
They're out.
Oh, they're not going to be here. Okay. I am so glad you're here, because so never mind. I take that back on Soulfish.
Runaway Home.
Okay. Runaway Home, though, with another unique name. Runaway Home. So Runaway Home is going to be here instead. So they'll take the stage at 4 p.m. And of course, and I done said Timothy Hahn is going to be performing. And the Cleverleys, the headliner, they're going to be taking the stage at 6 p.m. And I think most people around here have seen the Cleverleys, but if you haven't, you're in for a treat. They're very entertaining, very talented. And if you haven't seen them, trust me, you're going to love the Cleverleys. You really are. The Cleverleys are a one-of-a-kind comedy music blend coming from the remote part of the Ozark Mountains near Canespur, Arkansas. Digger Cleverly, along with his nephews Ricky Lloyd, Sock, DVD, and Cub, make up the Cleverleys. They have performed at numerous music venues, even the Grand Ole Opry, and some of the nation's largest festivals, including Stagecoach, wow, and CMA Music Fest. So that's huge too, and they'll be the headliner. Let's see, I know I've not said everything, Ethan. Can you think of any? The Duncan booth. Oh crap, that's, yeah.
How could you forget that?
Okay, I gotta have your
I should have intentionally forgot that one. The Dunkin' booth, yes, but people enjoy it though. I mean, I have to say that water was mighty cold, but did you see the smile on a lot of kids' faces and adults as well? They were literally lined up ready to do that.
Yeah, but let me tell you, I saw with my own eyes, I was an eyewitness. Some people did not pay to dunk you. They just slipped up there and hit that button.
They sure did.
They did. I watched them. But the sheriff was watching them too, and he didn't stop them.
Now, I saw some people, they did pay just so they could walk up there and hit that dang button.
Some of it was legit. Some of it was.
Yeah. I know I was frozen solid after that. But it is fun though. The Dunkin' booth is fun. Yours truly will be in the Dunkin' booth along with a few other people. I don't think we had the full lineup on that yet, right? Okay, we'll let you know more on
They're
that.
still twisting arms.
I'd say so. I'd say so. So basically, we'll have more information for you, I'm sure, next week, even on the Fall Festival. But if you want more information on the Fall Festival, visit pikevillefestival.com, or you can go to their Facebook page, and they're also on Instagram. So that's coming up, folks, really soon. Now, we're actually, this is a huge event that's going to be at Christmas time, Pawpaw. And I think we're going to have a guest on here next week. Trying to line it up for next week. I believe that'll be next week's episode. We will have Lola and Jeff on here to explain all of this to you guys. But this is a first annual Light Up the Town. It's, let's see, I'm trying to think of... yeah, here we go. I can't read all of this, but we're trying to. They're working hard on this, though. I'll tell you that. Like, they've talked to leaders and businesses to ensure support. The Main Street Committee, the Garden Club, etc. They must be helping out with this. They've built a Facebook page. You can check them out on Facebook. 323 members so far. They set up donation methods because this is a good event, but they need help, and they've emphasized that they need volunteers, they need help.
Well, the more help they have,
the better the event.
The better off it will be.
That's exactly right. But they have set up donation methods: cash, lights, other resources. First Farmers and Commercial Bank, Light the Town, Pikeville, Citizens Tri-County Bank, PayPal, Venmo, drop-off locations at Sales or It's Lola's or Ember's Ice Cream Shop received our first cash donation. So these are businesses that have already donated to this. So that's a good thing. Now the event's planned, vision, lights will go up in mid-November, just in time for the big Christmas parade. The events will be held in conjunction with the parade and also the first 3 weekends in December. Holiday weekends in December, there'll be a tree lighting ceremony in conjunction with the Christmas parade. That's a good idea.
Yes, it is.
I like that. Christmas carolers and church choirs will be singing. There'll be carriage rides. Dang, I like that
and
too.
that tree is going to be 25 feet high.
Dang, that's... Yeah, this is a like
not going to be dinky.
No, these are both two big events coming up. Like this is good. This is good. I'm glad to hear this. So there's also going to be a Christmas pageant, musical entertainment during December, evening shopping, merchants and vendors, a Pikeville Farmers Market. There's also going to be wagon rides, Pawpaw.
Yeah.
A Sunday afternoon tea party at the Redbird Manor. And of course, Santa Claus is going to be, he'll be around, ever so often too, of course. So we'll have more information to share with you on this, especially when we have Jeff and Lola on here. They'll be able to explain all of this to you guys. But that's another big event that's after the Fall Festival. Another event happening, the 18th, so that's not tomorrow, but
be a week from
tomorrow. Be the Mount Crest Fire Hall Country Breakfast. Be from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. The menu will be bacon, sausage, eggs, hash browns, biscuits and gravy, or with jelly and butter, coffee, milk, and orange juice to drink. It's $6 a plate, and as we always say, it's always for a good cause. That $6 goes for a good cause because they're volunteer firefighters. Always remember that. All right, Papa. Well, it's time for you to do some announcements.
I'm in gear.
All right.
This was just handed to us about 30 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
There is to be a grand opening Saturday the 18th, which will be a week from tomorrow.
Oh.
And it's in Dunlap at 25263 United States 127, so it'll be on the main drag.
Yeah, if I'm seeing a 554 number, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's in Bledsoe County.
Well,
but you know how the mail does do that, though.
But you know what? 554 numbers are below the rocks down here at where Carolyn was raised. Everything below there is Dunlap, listed as Dunlap.
I know. It's in Bledsoe County, but it's listed as, I know.
Ophelia tells me that she has her mailing address in Dunlap.
You do, like if you live in Lusk and everything, but it is Bledsoe County, but I don't know on that one why they done that.
But they're having a grand opening of a general store.
Cool.
General stores are not general anymore.
No, they're not. They're rare.
It used to be pretty common fare for a community the size of Pikeville to have one or two general stores. This building right here was Lee's cash store for many, many years. You could come in here and buy a handkerchief or a cowboy hat or a pair of boots. You could buy underwear or panties, whatever you needed. You walked in this building right here and you could get it.
Yeah. Well, dang, they had that little bit of everything.
Okay, this general store is named Needful Things. I'm sure they don't have everything that you would need, but they have the needful things for you.
Right.
And so they want you to come. Some of the products that they will handle are DeWalt.
Say what now?
DeWalt. That's a good name in drills and things like that. Bosch, Cobalt, Montana West. That will be the handbags and the home decor.
Yeah.
They'll have whiskey barrels. They're going to have personalized T-shirts available.
Oh, okay.
And, just so much. And they'll have cement benches and cement statues and bird baths. This is not your average general store.
No, it's not.
So I don't know how large a space they've got.
Well, they can find out on that date, can't they? Is that the grand opening?
That's the grand opening. I don't have a telephone number for you to call. Yeah, I do. It's 423-554-2525.
Yep.
And they've got so much more than we've got here. They're going to give you door prizes for this grand opening on that day, September the 18th.
September 18th,
the hours are from 8 to
6. Oh, that's a big grand opening.
That gives you a 10-hour picture to operate in.
Let's check that out.
All right. On September the 30th, here on Cumberland Avenue, at our local BTC Fiber building, there will be the annual meeting, which is a big to-do in Pikeville. Every year, it's always on a Thursday, and
it is.
You should not miss it. It'll be where all the cars are.
That's exactly right.
BTC Fiber, the meeting starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. And there I am cautioned that there will be no food available that day.
Right.
But anyway,
other than that, I think everything's the
annual
same.
Meeting is something you don't want to miss because
a lot of people y'all give out great door prizes.
Door prizes.
Oh, well, usually there's good door prizes. We don't know for sure, right? Okay, but still, I mean, it's always worth going to, and gosh, how many years has this been going
67.
on? 67. Wow.
This is the 67th year.
There's always a huge crowd for it. I do know that. Well, Papa, it is time for some trivia.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, I bet you did.
Yeah.
I've got a lifeline, though. I hope he pays attention.
These are so easy today that I feel so ashamed of myself.
Every time you say that, it's usually a trick.
Number one, the softest metal. What metal do you think of that is soft?
A metal? Lifeline?
It's heavy, but it's the softest metal. It's not iron. You know iron's heavy.
Lead? No.
Lead.
Oh.
Lead.
Was a total guess.
Lead. And that's easy. That's so simple.
No, it wasn't.
A Catholic sister. What's she called?
Oh, that's a nun. I would say.
Nun. Now see how easy these are.
I don't. Yeah, you just say that because I get them right.
How do you identify numerically a penny?
I mean,
penny.
It's 1 cent.
1 cent.
Yeah.
1 cent.
Okay.
And it costs 2 pennies to make a penny.
Really?
Aren't we smart as a government?
No, not at all.
It costs 2 pennies to make a penny.
No.
Now I came across this one, and I had to write it down when it came through my mind. A tree anchor.
Is that the trunk?
The trunk. I thought that would be an interesting question, and you just flipped the answer out so easily.
That was a guess too. That was a guess, and then the root of it, right? The root and the trunk. Yeah. Okay.
Some trees do not have deep anchors, but they go horizontal and they tie in with the other tree's roots, and that gives them strength.
Oh, okay. Never thought about that.
Rabbit blank, and it's an antenna. What do you rabbit?
Oh, rabbit ears. Rabbit ears. Is that right? Yeah.
I can remember that's what we had, buddy.
I think some people still do. Every now and then you'll see them.
Now this one, I want to give you a little background. Back during the Korean War, the North-South supply line was called the Ho Chi Minh what?
Lifeline.
Ho Chi Minh was the leader of North Korea, but it was the supply line was called the Ho Chi Minh.
Did you think I'd get this one right?
I thought you would.
Oh, really?
But you were not alive in Korea.
No.
When the Korean
you got a better clue? Maybe multiple choice.
It was it was a traveled area. They used it for a supply line, so there had to be traffic on that Ho Chi Minh
Highway.
Well, it was called the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
Dang it. Okay.
But you got the general idea.
Right.
Okay. Poet Edgar Allan.
Oh, Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe.
We've talked about Edgar Allan Poe.
Nevermore.
We've talked about Edgar Allan Poe on this show.
Last one. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her blank and way.
Oh, gosh. Lifeline.
Curds.
Okay, I heard a lifeline. Maybe she'll say it again. Curds.
Boy, Billy, you're smart.
Well, I tell you.
Curds and whey.
Thank you, Lifeline.
That's all the trivia I have.
Boys, I'm smart, I tell you.
You just missed one. Ho Chi Minh Trail.
And you got to admit that. Now that one was tough.
Well, that was before your time.
Yeah,
I apologize.
That was a tough one,
So
Papa.
Curds and whey.
All right. Well, I think I passed trivia today. I think I made a passing grade.
You did a good job.
All right. Well, coming up after the commercial break, folks, it'll be sports of all sorts and good old Albertology. That's all coming up next right here on the Albert and Billy Show. Stay tuned, folks.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to DunlapMercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
I'll take care of lunch today, Dylan. Oh, doggone, I lost my debit card.
Hey, use that new Mountain Valley Bank app we got. You know, Card Valet. You can freeze your card so nobody can use it till you find it.
That's a good idea, Dylan. Where was the last place I used my debit card?
I don't know. Hurry up. I can't stay until I hear error. I feel like I'm doing the mannequin challenge. I'm gonna end up with lockjaw. Thank God.
The app freezes my debit card, Dylan, not you.
Oh.
Welcome back, folks, to the Albert and Billy Show. It is time for some sports of all sorts, but I finally did, well, thanks to our producer's help too, we figured out the number 3 song you was telling us about that we had no clue what in the world you was talking about. But it's a song that you hear at New Year's.
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. You always hear that song. It's like, da, 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 da,
What the words are is, should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind?
See, I never knew the words. I know the music. I know it. Yeah, as soon as y'all started humming it, I knew exactly what you're talking about.
The tune is a beautiful tune, and it is Scottish descent.
Oh, I like that.
And some of the words are the things that gave me the clue that it is Scottish. I never read it before, but some of the words are words that a Scottish person would use in just conversing with one another.
I like to hear them talk.
Yes, and listen.
And British and Australian and Irish.
If you hear person speak pure English from England. I can't hardly understand them.
I know. You're right. Some of it is hard to understand.
I bet you they can't understand me either. Either.
Well, a lot going on in sport. Not a whole lot, but some big events, going on in sport. Got the U.S. Open going on in tennis and baseball. We got to get an update on your Dodgers from your reaction. Not very good.
Not like it was last week. I wanted to wear my Dodger jersey, but I had to put it back in mothballs.
Well, let's hear about some.
But Tennessee football season got opened last Thursday night officially
with a win. 38 to 6, I believe it was. And that's the way it should have been. I was glad to see them beat somebody, and they should have beat them by a lot like that.
Well, we were favored to win by 35 points. We only won by 32, but anyway, we won.
That's right.
But now, tomorrow at 11 o'clock on the ESPN, we take on Pittsburgh, and it's going to be called the Johnny Majors Classic.
I'm sure, because didn't he start there and end there?
No.
He ended there.
He ended there.
Got you.
And Johnny Majors, while he was at Pittsburgh, we played him twice, and we beat him both times. But Pittsburgh had Tony Dorsett, and he was an All-American running back.
Yeah.
So Johnny had some success at Pittsburgh. But Tennessee is favored to win.
I would think
in some quarters.
Yes.
But Tennessee was not impressive in their win over Bowling Green. They ran up the yardage on the ground, but Joe Milton only completed like 10 out of 16 passes for 100 and something yards. But we gained 465 yards total.
Well, that's good.
So we were moving the ball.
Yeah, total offense yardage is good. But the quarterback, of course, is the issue. It's been the big worry the whole offseason. We've been worried about the quarterback issue.
I'm still not satisfied.
No, I think it'll be a concern all season long, I'm pretty sure.
Well, let me put it this way. If Alabama has a quarterback that's a freshman that is getting $1 million just to use his name, they see great things for him.
Wow.
I don't see that for our quarterback.
No way.
But anyway, Alabama won handily. They beat Miami. Miami was
that's no
ranked
slouch.
number 14.
Which Miami? Well, that's good to hear. They're ranked again. Now, but Miami reminds me of Tennessee a little bit. A powerhouse that's now not a powerhouse.
In the past. But 13 points against Alabama would be, they could probably, if they had been playing Bowling Green, they could have beat them.
Oh, yeah. If they're ranked 14, that tells me that maybe Miami is coming back slowly but surely.
Number 5 was Georgia, and they played Clemson, number 3.
I know.
Guess who won?
Georgia beat them.
Georgia. Guess
huge.
Who's number 2 in the nation now?
Georgia.
Alabama's number 1.
I know.
Georgia's number 2. Texas A&M's number 5. We've got 3 in the top 5.
Wow.
That's hard.
That's why we don't need Texas and Oklahoma.
No,
we're okay already.
Well, the power conferences, and you know what I told you last week about
money.
the other teams wanting to join the Big 12? I've not read another word about that.
Oh, okay.
I told you that Cincinnati and BYU were 2 of the names I saw out of 4, and now I've not one word in print.
Okay.
So
well,
I can't go on with that.
Right. I don't like none of that.
But Auburn won, South Carolina won easily.
Well, they all pretty much had cupcakes.
Kentucky,
besides Georgia.
Arkansas, Missouri. Mississippi State just got by Louisiana Tech by 1 point.
Yeah, that's surprising.
35-34. Florida won. Vanderbilt lost to East Tennessee State.
Yeah, that's a bad loss.
23-3. That's indicative.
Okay, that's an embarrassing loss. Is what
that's indicative to me that Tennessee should beat Vanderbilt.
You dang right they should. It's going to be embarrassing if they don't beat Vanderbilt.
Some writing I've seen on the wall says that we might beat South Carolina and might beat Mississippi. Were we to and beat Vanderbilt, that would give us 3 SEC wins.
Yeah.
Were we to win all the cupcakes, that'll give us 7 wins.
That's right. I want to see us win all the cupcakes. I don't want another Georgia State. Don't want to see that again.
But anyway, Oklahoma is in there at number 4, and they will be a future SEC foe.
I know.
I mean, a future SEC member.
I know.
Okay, tonight, Bledsoe County takes on Sweetwater.
Yep.
We host them here.
Yep.
I don't remember when Sweetwater's played here.
Well, I don't either, and they may not ever have. I don't know. We're favored to win, though.
In today's Chattanooga Times, every sportscaster, every sports writer, rather, picked Bledsoe to win.
Yeah, we're favored.
And not only every sports writer, but you have a write-in where the readers read in.
Oh, yeah?
Write in or call in.
Yeah.
And so
they picked us too.
They picked Bledsoe. So
yeah. And you can, if you don't make it to the game, you can listen to that game live here on WUAT tonight, folks. Mike and Bradley will have the call for you. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. tonight. So,
Pro football got opened up last night.
It sure did.
Tampa Bay took on the Dallas Cowboys. Did you watch it?
Just I didn't catch the whole game. I mean, I know they won, but I didn't catch.
Who's they?
Tampa Bay.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Tom Brady won.
Yeah, pretty much. You're right. Yeah, he did.
Tom Brady seems to me to be ageless.
Definitely.
Because he's just as good now as he was last year or the year before.
Oh, yeah.
I think he threw 4 touchdown passes.
But I know. Trust me, there's no decline whatsoever. So they're going to be tough again.
But the final score was 31-29. So
it was a good game.
I don't think Tampa Bay's defense is as good as it should be.
No. And he talked in an interview. I mean, they won, but they were not happy with their performance.
No. Couldn't have been.
They're the defending champs, so.
But it was a well-fought game.
It was.
In tennis, the United States Open.
It's been crazy. Well,
I watched that Fernandez.
The men's has been, Djokovic is going for the record.
Okay,
he's well on his way, I feel.
In the semis?
He's in the semifinals, and I don't see anybody beating him.
I don't either.
The women's side is wide open like nothing I've ever seen before. 2 teenagers.
She's not, Leila Fernandez is 19 years old.
Canada. She's impressive.
And she does not let anything bother her. She's marched on through every opponent they've flung at her.
She's had a much tougher draw than the other teenage girl that she'll play. Much tougher.
But here she is.
She's beating them all.
Well, is she in the semis now?
She's in the finals.
She's in the finals.
The finals is going to be 2 teenagers. The other one is from England. She come out of nowhere. She qualified. This is just her second major.
I watched Fernandez play Sabalenka.
Yes.
And she was seeded number 2.
Yeah, and she knocks the cover off the ball. She hits very hard.
Took care of her in a hurry. Now baseball. The Atlanta Braves have increased their lead to 3.5 games.
Oh, so it's even better for them this week.
They were glad the Dodgers got out of town. But meanwhile, my Dodgers I use that term languishing when they were 4.5 games behind. Now they're 2.5 behind.
Oh, they've improved somewhat then. A little bit of improvement.
But they were tied for top spot.
Oh, yeah. I know. Usually the last few seasons, the way it's gone, they've been in first place in their division by leaps and miles above everybody else.
There's something wrong. The manager, I say the manager's name is Roberts. That might be the whole problem. Okay, in golf. Last week I got to see some good golf played.
Did you?
I'm telling you, the FedEx Cup. But first, Patrick Cantlay beat Bryson DeChambeau the week before in the BMW Classic.
Mm-hmm.
In the FedEx, he started out with a 10-stroke advantage because he was the number 1 seed.
No.
Tony Finau started out with 8 strokes, so he's 2 strokes behind.
Mm-hmm.
But the tournament worked out where it was between the number 1 ranked golfer in the world, Jon Rahm, R-A-H-M,
Jon Rahm,
and Patrick Cantlay. Stroke for stroke, Cantlay had a 2-stroke lead, just the same way he started all during the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Then on the last hole, Patrick Cantlay won by 1 stroke. To win the FedEx Cup, he won $15 million.
Dang, that must be a huge event.
He won $15 million. Jon Rahm won $5 million.
Yeah, finishing second.
The next 2 players won $4 million.
Oh, well then
the total purse for the FedEx tournament was $46 million, and that was divided by the other 29.
Well, yeah, everybody in it won something, but I ain't never heard you say a winner of $15 million for one event. That's crazy.
It's crazy. Now listen, here's what happened. Now that $15 million didn't count in his total earnings. They assessed all of the players in golf by how much they won for the year, but FedEx didn't enter into it because of the $15 million purse.
Okay.
Jon Rahm led all golfers with earnings of $7,705,993 for the year.
So
all right.
Now he's Cantlay, $22 million.
Cantlay won $7,638,000. Bryson DeChambeau and Hideki Matsuyama.
What's some names? I tell you.
Both of them won over $7 million. What I'm saying is, Billy, it's a golfer's
some money.
It's a golfer's world right now. The purses they're offering to participate in these golf tournaments are ungodly.
Yeah, it's getting higher and higher. Like
I don't
used to not be like that, not to that extent.
I don't understand it all. I don't understand it all.
$15 million for one tournament. I ain't never heard of such. I really haven't. But I guess he's a happy camper right now.
I'm sure he is.
Is that it for sports?
That's it for sports.
Okay, well, before we go to Albertology, we'll thank our sponsors real quick here. Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance, Scotty's, the offices of Emma Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, and Michael Walker. Thanks to all you guys. Also, thank you to Farm Bureau Insurance in South Pikeville. Go see Matt Massengill and his friendly staff for all your insurance needs. Pikeville Family Dentistry, catty corner to us here in our studios. The Loom, our next door neighbor on Cumberland Avenue. Nickel Antiques, our closest neighbor, literally right here. And come check it out. Like I said this last week, if you haven't checked Nickel Antiques out, you need to. It's a really cool place. and they have just a variety of everything.
Some of what's in here is very unique.
It is. It's a nice place. You need to come check it out if you haven't already. The Getting Place, go get you something at the Getting Place. Morgan Brothers, along with the venue, and Bankwalker Brewery. Gibbs Pools, State Farm Insurance. Go see Nick and his friendly staff for all your insurance needs at State Farm Insurance. Mill Down Outdoor Adventures, owner Timmy and Michelle Campbell. The Country Gospel Bluegrass Showcase Sunday, and it's Lola's. She's back open, folks, and she's back as a sponsor. So thanks to all of our sponsors. And now it's time for Albertology, Papa.
All right. I want to touch. There's. I think it's this week. It's after Labor Day, Grandparents' Day.
Oh, so they come up with a holiday for everything now, don't they?
Well, this happened under Jimmy Carter. He's the one.
It's been around for a while.
Signed it into law that there would be after Labor Day. There would be the first Sunday after Labor Day would be Grandparents' Day, and I think it's good that grandparents.
It should be. But there is a holiday seems like for some stupid stuff now too.
Well,
but that one's legit. That one's legit.
There's a bunch of people on here, but I want to point out one to you. Her name is Candace Bergen.
Yeah. She's a good actress.
She became a grandmother in 2020. Her daughter Chloe delivered a son. Guess what his name was? Albert.
Oh.
Albert.
What about that, Papa?
I watched an old television show the other night. Let's see, it was, I can't remember. Lou Grant was in it.
Mary Tyler
Moore.
Yeah.
And she told Ed that she thought they needed a date. and they had a date.
He was her boss on there, wasn't he?
But anyway,
Betty White was on that show too.
Yeah,
that was a very talented cast.
But Ed Asner was Lou Grant on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, and he died last week. He was 91 years old.
I wasn't aware that he passed away. I hate that. He was very, very talented.
He started another show after that. I think of it was Lou Grant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I know he's stayed active. That's for sure. His career did not end after the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
And Willard Scott used to be the weatherman on NBC on the Today Show. He died. Willard was
87.
Where'd you see that? 87.
Well, I think it's 87 right there.
There you go.
But I wasn't aware of him passing away. When did he?
I cut this out one day this week.
Okay.
And Al Roker took his place,
Yeah.
But he was the one that would wish happy birthday to everybody that was 100 years old.
Yeah, I remember that. He was very popular.
He was a very successful at his
trade. He sure was. He added a lot to that show. He really did.
I know this has no meaning to you whatsoever, but there's an article I cut out of the paper this week about Pogo.
Pogo. What's Pogo?
I brought a picture that I drew.
Let's see.
Pogo was a possum.
Pogo, the possum.
Now, I drew that probably 2 or 3 years ago. Had no idea that I would
be.
But here's an article about Pogo, and that's why I had the picture.
Oh, that's crazy, Papa.
Pogo was a possum that lived in a tree in the Okefenokee Swamp.
Okay.
Today, there is a memorial for Pogo in Waycross, Georgia, at the Welcome Station. They have a room for him. He was in the comic strips, and Walt Kelly was the creator and the artist that drew his. And he was in 500 papers in 14 countries.
Dang.
Well known. It was something I read.
Really?
And so when I saw this picture, I thought, well, I'll draw that. I had no way of knowing that an article would come up about him in the paper.
And you said you drew it 3 years ago?
Probably about 3 years
So I
ago.
thought 3 years later you'd have it on the show. You need to finish it, looks like to me. Color it in or something.
Well, I choose to do some black and white, and I choose to do some in color.
Oh, I just assumed you hadn't finished it.
How you want to color a possum?
Well, I don't know. I don't know really. They're all ugly.
It gave a picture of a possum here on the bottom of the
Yeah, I
article.
see it. They're the ugliest things ever was.
You know, some people eat them.
Yeah, I don't know how. They cannot be good.
Speaking of the Okefenokee Swamp, in the same paper, I cut out an article about the swamp.
Oh, really?
I ain't lying to you. The Okefenokee is okay for now, but its future is tied to the integrity of the ecosystem's complex processes, and the people that live nearby are going to be affected by the swamp if it makes it or if it doesn't make it. Here's the reason. The swamp is the largest intact blackwater swamp in North America and is more than 7 years old. The swamp, the Okefenokee Swamp, is a massive peat-filled bog inside a huge saucer-shaped depression that once was part of the ocean.
I didn't know that.
Fire is an important part of the ecosystem. Wildfires are not controlling the things that need to be burned, and so they have to deliberately set fires to burn between 6,000 and 10,000 acres every year.
Oh, wow.
They want the brush to be burned up out of the way so new life can come. All right. Most area residents have ancestors who once lived or worked in the swamp as part of their heritage.
I tried to turn my phone off 3 times,
you did
folks.
turn it off.
I thought I did too.
Now I want to. This is
Albertology.
The man that wrote way down upon the Swanee River.
Now I might have heard that one.
All right, we drove across the Swanee River every year when we go to Florida. The man that wrote the Swanee River lived in Kentucky. He called a friend of his one night and said, "I'm writing a song. Can you give me the name of a river that has a couple or 3 syllables to it?" And the man said, "Well, how about Sewanee?"
Really?
So he wrote the song never having seen the Sewanee River. The Sewanee River and the St. Mary's River both are the headwaters of this swamp.
Now say that one more time.
The Sewanee River is a pure river, and the St. Mary's River is a pure river.
Okay.
Their headwaters are in the swamp.
Okay, that's the part I missed, yeah.
And they provide clean water to most of the rivers in the southeast. Comes out of that swamp. That's how important it is. Even though it's a bog, even though it's black water, much fresh water flows through there.
Oh, well, we don't need nothing to happen to this swamp.
This is the 6th factor about it. 6th fact. Listen to this. A National Geographic publication, and by the way, Jolene told me today that she has saved every National Geographic magazine she ever bought. She's got every one of them.
And there's no telling me they are.
A National Geographic publication included the Okefenokee Swamp as among the 100 top most beautiful places on Earth.
Oh, okay.
Can you believe that? A swamp is listed as one of the most beautiful places on Earth.
Not really. I've seen, I mean, swamps can look pretty cool, you know, but you don't think of them as being a beautiful place.
No, not a swamp.
That one must be unique, to say the least.
Before we do some jokes, I got some did you knows. Did you know that the B-29 that was named the Enola Gay was named Enola Gay because of the pilot's mother having that name? On August the 6th, 1945, President Harry S. Truman gave the directive to drop the atomic bomb on Hiroshima, Japan, to try to end the World War II.
We know that. We've learned that on here.
That B-29 dropped that first atomic bomb on Hiroshima. That one bomb accounted for the deaths of 130,000 Japanese. That did not bring Japan to the table to discuss ending the war.
They should have, and the second one wouldn't have been dropped.
The second atomic bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. And when this bomb dropped on that city, 80,000 more Japanese lost their lives. No telling how many were wounded and maimed for life.
Oh, it'd be thousands and
But
thousands.
that brought Japan to the table to start the proceedings to end the World War II that had lasted from 1939 through 1945. We were involved from 41 to 45.
Right.
But the signing took place on August the 15th, 1945.
Okay.
All right.
Was that? Oh, I thought you was going to say something else.
I've got a lot more, but I think...
Well, we've talked about that. I mean, we've talked about that on here before about the war and Truman being the one.
I don't remember ever giving the exact figures for how many Japanese lost their lives.
That's true. And hearing that, if they'd been smart, they would have surrendered after the first bomb. That wasn't smart on their part.
Well, the Prime Minister of Japan, it was something like Hitler. Hitler
that explains it.
Should have realized he was going to lose when Russia came flowing through. The reason we won the war with Germany was because of Russia. Russia became our ally, and they just marched through there, and those men knew how to fight in cold weather.
Yep.
And they turned the tide. I think they turned the tide. Taking Japan was a different piece of cake. We had taken Iwo Jima, but to take Tokyo, which was the next objective in World War II
that would have been catastrophic there.
They knew. And listen, Chris Wallace has written a book about taking out Osama bin Laden. They announced it on television today. I'd like to get that book to read.
I'd like to see his body. That always bothered me that they never showed the body.
Those 24 Navy SEALs that volunteered for that mission to go in and do that, they are interviewed in this documentary that Chris Wallace wrote as to why they volunteered to go in there and take out bin Laden. They said because when the Trade Center was hit, one of the women on the 90th floor in 2,500 degree heat jumped out rather than burning to death.
Well, of course.
She jumped to her death. And these men that they interviewed, those Navy SEALs, said that woman was the reason we volunteered for this mission. It was a suicide mission. They knew they could. They could get in there. They hoped they could kill a bin Laden, but they didn't think they'd get out.
Right.
But they went anyway.
Yeah.
I'd like to read that book.
That would be very interesting.
It would be interesting.
But I don't know. That always bothered me. when somebody like that dies, show proof of it. Let's see the body. That always bothered me. Just show the body. They never did.
Well,
I thought that was very strange.
Obama took credit for it.
Yeah, he took credit for it, all right, but they should have showed the body.
Let me just give you one or two out of my Yankee book.
Okay, joke time. Joke time.
These are things that Yankees have to understand about coming to the South and understanding how we talk.
Well, let me tell you before you start, Yankees, you're not that easy to understand either. I've been up all through the Northeast, plumb up to Maine. Let me tell you, they're not as easy. They're not that easy to understand on some things either.
And you can't buy sweet tea either.
No.
All right, daze, D-A-Z-E.
Mm-hmm.
What that means is the judge gave my pappy 30 days in jail.
What's funny is I know a few people that talk like that.
Dough, D-O-U-G-H. We know what dough is.
Right.
But for a Southerner to use that word, it means when someone knocks at the door, you go open the door.
There's somebody at the door.
Empire. That's the fella that the Atlanta Braves argue with over a ball and strike. Arrow. That's what you shoot from a bow.
Yeah.
I met at Wednesday night at church. Ethan Rodriguez sat by me. And
Rodriguez,
and he showed me the bows that he's making, and he showed me a picture of a bear that he killed with a bow and arrow.
Oh.
And I asked his wife, I said, how many trophies does he have on his wall? She said, too many. Well, I'm sure
that's
that you'd
pretty
rather
cool.
I'm sure you'd rather have some of the other jokes.
Well, okay, but I'm not complaining. Those were funny. You have to do some more of those sometime because they're so true. Like they're so true.
All right, let me
tell you, when I was we went to. Well, I've been to New York a couple of times, but one of the trips we drove all through New England. Okay, now. On one stop, we were at a diner in, I think, Connecticut. And the waitress and me, literally, thank God, like Aunt Cindy was there. And she had to kind of be she helped us understand each other. Literally, the waitress could not understand what I was saying.
You're kidding.
And I could not understand what she was saying. And that is God's honest truth. I had no idea what that woman was telling me. She had a heavy Yankee accent, and I had a heavy Southern drawl. It was crazy. But luckily, Aunt Cindy, I guess she was like the translator. And she got my order. It was funny.
If you're in a restaurant waiting for a waiter, does that make you a waiter?
That sure does. And a lot of times you gotta wait a long time.
The boss of a small company worried that his staff didn't respect him enough. So trying to change the attitude in the office, he came in the next day with a sign for his door that said, "I am the boss."
But that don't tell them nothing well.
The next day, one of the employees had posted a sticky note next to the sign that said, "I am the boss."
Right.
And the sticky note said, "Your wife wants her sign back."
Wow, they showed him, didn't they? That's a good comeback.
John Glenn said this: As I hurtled through space, one thought kept crossing my mind. Every part of this rocket was supplied by the lowest bidder.
Probably getting a little nervous, wasn't he? I would have been.
Have you ever heard of Desmond Tutu?
No.
From Africa. I'm not saying Desmond Tutu was a leader.
I mean, I know if I'd heard of him, I would remember that name.
Here's what he said. Here's what he said. When the white missionaries came to Africa, they had the Bible and we had the land. They said, "Let us pray."
Okay.
And we closed our eyes. When we opened our eyes, we had the Bible and they had the land. David Letterman said this. You gotta know. America is the only country where a significant proportion of the population believes that professional wrestling is real, but the moon landing is a fake. I have talked to grown men that do not believe that we landed on the moon.
Oh yeah. I thought you was going to say, and also the other, like there's some people that will argue with you about wrestling being real.
Well,
it's like, come on, guys.
We used to have professional wrestlers would come here and perform in Pikeville, Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, I even remember that as a kid they used to come, but well, actually they were coming a few years ago. Remember?
Not too long ago.
Yeah, I guess they don't. I don't know what happened with that, but that wasn't long ago at all.
You know Freddie Hogan?
That name sounds familiar.
Freddie works for. I think he drives one of the ambulances or something.
Okay.
But anyway, Freddie's daddy, Fred, used to come to the store and he'd help me unload the truck just while Vera was there trading groceries. We got to be good friends. He used to be a professional wrestler.
Oh, really?
Yeah, big time, buddy.
Well, he could tell you that when you see them with interviews and stuff, they are actors, folks. Yeah, they are athletes, but they're actors playing a part. They already know who's going to win.
They know what
before the match happens. They're there to entertain. That's what it is.
But people like to watch it.
Yeah.
The only reason they say on a boat, women and children first, is to test the strength of the lifeboats. Now, Prince Philip said this. When a man opens a car door for his wife, it's either a new car or a new wife.
Well, there's some truth to that one too, Papa.
This man said, a computer once beat me at chess, but buddy, when we tried kickboxing, I won. Harrison Ford. I love to watch him in movies.
He's a great actor.
He says, wood burns faster when you have to cut it and chop it up yourself.
Ain't that the truth?
And this is the last one.
All right.
Kill one man and you're a murderer.
Yeah.
Kill a million and you're a conqueror.
Ooh, God, that's so true, isn't it?
Yeah. If you kill one man, you can go to the electric chair.
That's true. That's true.
If you kill a million men, you're just a conqueror. You took care of everybody.
That's a good way to look at it, Papa. Now, next week, I want you to break out some more of them Yankee jokes because they were good.
They are good, aren't they?
They're good. Because, yeah, they're good. I know a few people that pronounce some words like that. And
I do too.
It's just funny.
I know a couple. But, you know, they may think that I make a lot of mistakes too.
Well, folks, those were good, Papa, but we're going to hear some more Yankee jokes next week. And as I said, next week we should be having Jeff and Lola on here, but we'll make sure of that.
People might not know who Jeff is.
You're right. He don't. What's the name of his? The
Redbird Manor.
Redbird Manor. Is that a bed and breakfast or?
No.
What is that exactly?
You can rent it for weddings and receptions and things like that.
Okay.
It's the Tom Pope house, the Rito house.
It's the okay. Right across the street from First Southern then.
2-story white house built by Tom Pope for $5,000.
Okay, so it's used for it's an event venue.
Venue. Thank you, Billy.
Okay, Redbird Manor. Okay,
Redbird Manor.
Well, we hope to have them. They are going to be on here soon. Hopefully next week, but in that way, we'll be talking more about the Christmas event that is coming up and all that good stuff. And as we told you today, keep in mind, save the date, October 1st and 2nd is the big fall festival. It literally is just around the corner. It's coming up very soon. And is September 18th, is that next?
A week from tomorrow.
So a week from tomorrow is also the big event at the Lucky Star.
And tomorrow is 9/11.
Yeah, the anniversary. Yep.
9/11.
Yep. I remember that day all too well. Well, that is it for this edition of the Albert and Billy Show. Thanks for listening to us here on WUAT Radio and watching on Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV. And don't forget to go to BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Get on there, like, and subscribe.
There you go.
We need you to like and subscribe, folks. And we will see you guys next week for another edition of the Albert and Billy Show. You guys have a great week.
See you later.
Hey folks, Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18 BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks everybody for watching.